Most people believe they're bad with money. But what if the real problem isn't them? What if it's the rules they were taught to follow? Today, we're decoding 3 money rules that quietly keep most people poor, even though they sound responsible, smart, and safe. From a young age, we're taught rules about money. Rules from parents, school, society. They're rarely questioned, and that's exactly why they're so powerful. These rules aren't evil, they're outdated, and if you follow them blindly, they shape your financial life in ways you don't even notice. Let's break them down, one by one. Rule 1. Work hard, and you'll be financially secure. This is one of the most common beliefs about money. The idea is simple. If you study hard, work hard, and stay loyal, money will eventually take care of itself. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Hard work does not automatically lead to wealth. It leads to income. Income and wealth are not the same thing. Income is what comes in every month. Wealth is what stays when you stop working. Many people work extremely hard for decades, yet have very little to show for it financially. Not because they're lazy or irresponsible, but because their effort is tied only to time. Real-life example. Think of someone with a stable job and a good salary. Every month, most of that money is spent on living costs. What remains is small. Over time, nothing meaningful accumulates. Hard work kept life going. It didn't build freedom. Wealth is built when effort is separated from time, through ownership, assets, or systems. Without that shift, working harder just means running faster on the same treadmill. Rule 2. Avoid risk at all costs. This rule sounds wise. Risk feels dangerous. Stability feels safe. But avoiding all risk doesn't remove danger. It just changes the type of danger you face. There are 2 kinds of risk. The risk of losing money and the risk of slowly falling behind. Most people are taught to fear visible risks, like investing or starting something new. But they ignore invisible risks. Inflation, rising costs, or depending on a single income source. Real-life example. Someone keeps all their savings in cash because it feels safe. Over time, prices rise. The money buys less each year. No dramatic loss, just quiet erosion. Meanwhile, calculated risk, when understood and managed, is how money grows. Every form of long-term wealth involves some uncertainty. The key is not avoiding risk, but understanding it. Playing it safe forever often turns out to be the riskiest strategy of all. Rule 3. Spend what's left after saving. This rule sounds responsible, but it's usually applied backward. Most people earn money, spend first, save whatever remains. The problem is simple. There's almost never anything left. Lifestyle expands to match income. Spending becomes automatic. Saving becomes optional. Real-life example. A raise comes in. Instead of increasing savings, expenses quietly rise. Better phone, more subscriptions, slightly nicer habits. Nothing feels extreme, but progress stays minimal. Wealthy behavior often flips this rule. Save or invest first. Then design life around what remains. This isn't about deprivation, it's about intention. Money that isn't given a purpose will always disappear into comfort. Notice something important about these rules. None of them sound foolish. They sound normal. That's why they work so well. Not in your favor, but against you. They keep people busy, cautious, and comfortable enough to never stop and question the system they're inside, and once you see them clearly, they lose their power. Wealth isn't about secret tricks or extreme behavior. It's about understanding the rules you're playing by and deciding whether they still make sense. Most people never pause long enough to ask that question. If you start questioning the rules, even quietly, your relationship with money begins to change. Not overnight, but permanently. That's what Wealth Decoded is about. Understanding the system so it stops controlling you.